Hey guys, Haz here, Chilled Canine. Let's talk puppy socialization. So we got a couple of puppies out today and took them to Walmart for the first time. All the puppies that you're going to see, first time they've been walked on a leash. They've only ever been to the vet prior to this. And I think I have two litters here. I have one that's 9 weeks old and then one that's 7 weeks old. Anyways, this is a 9-week-old puppy that you're seeing here. Maybe he's 10 weeks. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, so a couple things. You'll see here I go into the carousel. I'm like, hey, man, come in. And he's like, heck no, that looks scary. Then with the leash pressure, he comes in. I release the pressure, and I praise him. I reach down, and I pet him. You see he kind of opens up, and he's okay with that. Then I walk back out of the carousel. And then I step back, say, hey, do you want to come back? And he's like, yeah, sure. Nothing bad happened. I got over that real quick. Now, with these young guys, you'll see, I just kind of take them really in close proximity to a lot of the stuff that, dogs need to see. People, shopping carts, sliding doors, cars, all that type of, fun stuff. And they've literally never seen any of this stuff. A lot of people, I think, really make this such a complex and difficult thing, socialization. And I call it socialization because that's what people call it. But I want you to understand, this is literally what I do. I don't need strangers to pet my puppies. It does not make them any more or less social. It actually is quite counterproductive from a training perspective for my dog to want to interact with strange people and strange dogs. For me, I break socialization down into two things, and it's really more exposure than socialization if you want to be very technical. I want my dogs to be exposed socially. So socially to people that, they've never seen, socially to dogs that they've never seen. I just want them to be in close proximity to those people and dogs and to see how they react and ensure that they're neutralized to those things. The other is environmentally. So you'll see with like the shopping cart, stairs, slippery floors, stuff like that. Now, there's no stairs and slippery floors here, but I did have the shopping cart, and we've got the noises and all the activity going on. Now, this puppy here is a little bit different. Okay, now she's different than the last one. The last one, he was a very open social dog. This one's having a little more tough time with the environment, a little more tough time on the leash. She doesn't want to move, and this is very common with young puppies. This is a 7-week-old puppy, so there's that to take into consideration. She might be completely different by the time she's 9-10 weeks old. In fact, that's usually quite common that they become a lot more brave within those couple weeks. But you can see she has a kind of like a very balky behavior on the leash, and she doesn't want to move. And what I do is I just pressure forward, and then I release the pressure. I don't, beg with her and plead with her and stand there while she kind of stands there. I see a lot of people doing that. The puppy puts on the brakes, and the person just waits with the puppy. It's like, I don't wait. I just go. This puppy does not know how to cope with the world. She doesn't know how to cope with all these scary distractions that she's never seen before in her life. And I'm just showing her we don't worry about them. We just go. We just do things. And you'll see that scared dogs often want to just freeze up. And you see here, I'm asking her, move forward, move forward, move forward. I know the bench is scary. I know this thing that you're on is a little bit different. Move forward. And the second she moves her feet forward, I praise her, I pet her, and then I take her off the scary thing and put her back on solid ground. And you can apply that to just about anything. Scared dogs don't want to move, and I always get them moving, because what dogs feel and what dogs are doing are basically, think of it as a snake eating its own tail, right? The one really informs the other. So it's so important for me to get them doing things that a dog that's feeling comfortable is going to do, which is basically moving forward. Now, again, you'll see with her, very like pulley on the leash, doesn't really want to engage, but every opportunity I get, whenever the dog, any puppy that I'm handling moves forward, I reach down and I pet the puppy. And the reason why is because puppies are in their own level. They're down low. Right there, you see me do it, right? And I'm letting the puppy know, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm with you. Think about me. Move with me. I'm going to show you kind of how to get through all of this. And that's not natural for all, but some puppies, they just gravitate to you. Like whatever your leg is, they just want to basically stick themselves to your leg. But for some puppies, especially around distractions, they kind of lose you and they start tracking other stuff, and then they feel the pressure of the leash, and it's very confusing for them. So I'm just constantly, whenever the puppy moves forward into the leash pressure, I always praise the puppy, and then I pet the puppy. I don't stand there begging and pleading. I just move away from the puppy, pressure and release, and we just do that until the puppy starts moving forward. With some puppies, it's instant, and with some puppies, you gotta spend, a week working on it. So it's really important to just kind of, with a puppy like this, I took her out and I saw, hey, this puppy needs more time. So I spent twice as much time with her outside that I did with the other ones that I worked, because they just basically ate it all up a lot faster. And with her, I could see this is a little bit tougher for her, and she needs a little more time with it. So no problem, spend a little bit more time. It's not that she was, completely falling apart. It's just that, the combination of the leash and the distractions for her was pretty tough. Now, I mentioned earlier, I really don't make puppies interact with strange people and strange dogs, because it is counterproductive. I don't want my puppies or my dogs becoming overly excited or overly worried about strange people and strange dogs. And forcing social interactions is going to do that. And allowing social interactions is going to do that. I want my puppies and I want my dogs to be completely neutralized to strange people and strange dogs. That's what creates a dog that's reliable in public, a dog that's not overly concerned with other beings when you're out and about. I want my dog to only be concerned about me and my family and nothing and no one else. So this is right from an early age. I start this stuff. I don't do puppy playtime with strange dogs. I don't do, hey, everybody come over and pet my puppy. It doesn't mean that my puppy can never meet another dog or never meet another person. For sure they can. But I do that in a very kind of limited manner, and it's not a important thing for me. So here you see me, this is with a brother to the first kind of black puppy that you saw me take out. This is his full brother, so same age. And you can see a little bit of a different behavior here. He's more open. Again, first time on a leash, and he's just walking around like he owns the place. He doesn't really have any problems. A little bit confused with the leash from time to time, but nothing serious. And we're just doing all the same things. Hey, man, here are some sliding doors. Here's some shopping carts. Here's some people. How do you feel about it? And it turns out he feels quite good about all of it, and he's, excited to meet the world, so to speak. So yeah, this is a lot of what I do. Now, I like to get puppies on slippery floors. I like stairs. I like to get them around some different noises if possible. So this is a great start, what we're doing here. But there's other things that I do. This isn't the totality of it. But a lot of people, I feel like, they think if they're not out there every day, their dog's going to end up being aggressive or scared or this and that. It's like, look, if you've got good dog that has nice, genetics, you're not going to have a problem, right? Like like these dogs, I know the blood, right? I know that even if I probably never took them out until they were like 6 months old, they'd still be okay. Now this little puppy here is really cute. She is actually a full sister to that big puppy that I just had out. But this puppy's literally half the size. She is the runt of the litter in every sense of the word. I don't think she's a dwarf. I think she's just really not going to be a very big dog. She eats, she's healthy, but she's just so tiny. But guess what? She, from a perspective of confidence, is the most confident of that entire litter. Like you saw the brothers, the black boy and the big sable guy that I had out just now, but she's even more confident. Like just such a fiery little personality on her, and she's definitely got a little short girl attitude. I really like her. Very open young dog. If she was older, I'd definitely keep her as a breeding. If she was bigger, I would definitely keep her as a breeding prospect. I think she's going to end up as kind of a 50-pound puppy. But just a fantastic little animal. Anyways, so again, this is a topic. I feel like people just really overcomplicate it. Whenever their dog has a problem, I didn't socialize my dog enough. It's like, no. You're just either you're not training your dog properly, or your dog isn't blessed with maybe the best genetics, and these issues were going to come up regardless of how many times you threw your dog in the doggy daycare or the dog park, or you let some stranger pet your dog. It doesn't, believe me, your dog is not going to be any more or less friendly whether you have 1 or 100 strangers pet it.